I'm going to use my Morphe 350, whatever it is, 350. It's mainly like browns, oranges, warm tone. So I have a whole bag of eye brushes. The first brush I'm going to use is a fluffy brush. I'm going to pick a pretty neutral color for the all over look. I just want to have an even color all over. And here's another thing, everybody's eyes are different. My eyes are open. You can see like the whole lid up here, lots of room to do whatever. There are some people, you open your eye, you can't even see your lid. So you're gonna have to figure out what kind of eye you have. So all the details and stuff that I spend on doing this on myself, you might not have to do that on yourself. If you're trying to give more of like a smoky eye kind of look and you don't have your lid showing, you're pretty much going to focus on the outer edge to make your eyes kind of look bigger. And I'm just going in lightly. This is what I would consider like my transition color. It's like a light kind of tan, just giving an all over even color. Okay, I'm gonna take another brush just like the other one I got, or the other one I used, and use a little bit darker brown. And I'm just gonna put it in the crease. And when I say, see, like I could be sticking it here in the crease. I'm up a little bit above the crease over here because I am creating a crease. Because if I went down into my original crease down here, it just wouldn't look right. You know, I'd be on the lid mainly. So I'm just right above. You're creating where, I've seen some people like use a spoon to kind of give them their shape. I guess I don't need to use it. I've done this enough. But you're creating like this up and over look. You know, I'm coming up and over because I want it to come to a point there. But right now I am just filling this in a little bit. I will go in with another fluffy brush and blend this out so that the line isn't so harsh. We'll add some more color, or some more to the top under the eyebrow shortly. I'm not pushing hard at all. I'm like tickling my eye, the top of my eye. I don't want to push hard. And then when you're doing it, don't do it upwards because you're liable to go too high into your brow and it kind of ruins it. So I try to stay more parallel, or even if you can go down a little bit because it's easier to fix if you were to go high. This is about the level that I stay at. Then I do it like a windshield wiper motion. Sometimes I do little circles, but I do a lot of windshield wiper motion for the eyes. So the next thing I'm gonna do to kind of complete this look a little bit in the eyes is that dark color you use in your crease. You're gonna find a brush that's kind of stiff. It's not, you know, like gonna be the fluffy brush. It's a little bit stiffer. Get that dark color you were using and bring it all the way down like you would eyeliner. And then bring it all the way to meet up there. I leave this for now. I go into doing my eyebrows. Bear with me. Sometimes I whip it out in a few minutes and it looks awesome. Sometimes I gotta work at making them, they're not supposed to be twins. If you can get them to look like twins, hey, more power to you. Mine look more like sisters. So you want them to look alike, but if they're not perfect, it's whatever. You know, I don't really care. You know, as long as I feel like it's good enough. The brow pomade, this is taupe. This is Dip Brow from the Anastasia Beverly Hills, or Anastasia, however you want to say it. Now and I just get a two-sided little spoolie thing and then an angled brush. Brush your brows up and kind of bring them down. You're just kind of giving them shape, getting everything to lay in place. Now, as you can see, I need to do my brows. I cannot pluck my eyebrows because I will sneeze with every pluck. So I try to do it as little as possible. Plus, I don't really do too much, so I don't really care how the brows look. But if I do my brows, I do it with a razor. It's with a razor. Do a little bit of that. Not gonna do it now, but back to the brows. Lightly tap, tap, tap a little bit. And then I draw a line at an angle. You know, I'm coming up. Then I bring it down. And like I said, for me, brows is just not it. There's lots of shape of brows. I mean, there's people that come up hard, you know, and with a hard line down. I do more of a rounded. I can't seem to get the more sharp line down at this point. My brows don't look the same twice. And then here, the next thing I'm gonna do is kind of draw lines so it looks like hair strokes. And then I'm filling it in. And here I'll do a couple. It looks good enough. Surprisingly, that only took me not too long. But I take this and I go right here so it doesn't look like a hard drawn line. I'm kind of making it look faded a little bit. Sorry, I'm looking in another mirror. Honestly, brows take work. Sometimes I'll do it. This is decent. It's okay, whatever. Sometimes I'll do it. I'll wipe it off. It just, I can't get it right sometimes. And I get frustrated, and sometimes I go out with my brows looking a hot mess because I get sick of it. And you know, before I freaking tear something up, I gotta get out of here. See, I just messed up. But luckily, this stuff wipes off fairly easy. Thank the Lord. as you saw before, I don't really have much brow to work with. I have a few little scraggler hairs in there.
Mama.
What?
I'm thirsty.
Hold on.
For chocolate milk.
I don't have chocolate milk. Orange juice, apple juice.
Do you have orange juice?
Yeah.
I want orange juice.
It's hard to do your makeup looking in the mirror or looking in the reflection in your phone. So I might be looking away from time to time. And these brows are not perfect. And if you're good at brows, you go, because they're a little pest for me. And right now they look sloppy. You know, we're gonna go in and clean it up. Okay, now for touching up these wild things. I take a flat brush, the eye primer I have, just put a little bit there, tiny bit. Take your flat brush in it, get some on there, and you're just gonna touch it up. Create the lines that you want. See, this one's got like a sharp line. This one's round. You gotta work with it. Like I said, I go back and forth on these puppies. I could probably have my makeup done in like 20 or 30 minutes, but I gotta stay messing with these brows. I'm just taking a little blending brush and going over that. See, it makes them look like a lot more cleaned up. Now this one, on the other hand, is looking freaking wild. But, you know, people want to complain about your brows. They need to get a life. Anyways, that's brows. I'm not going to touch and make it look perfect. Back in to the eyeshadow palette I was using. I'm going to touch in that dark color a smidge and touch this up. Darken it up. So we put a little bit of primer on there and might have took away some of the pigment. We're gonna make sure it's good and dark. Okay, now there are, even in this palette alone, there's lots of light shades. You can use any of those, but I have one favorite. Naked Palette Urban Decay. The color Sin. I love it. I go in up here. As you can see, it's amazing. And I'm just following that line. And it also takes away from the harshness of that dark line. Sometimes you go a little too deep. Just pick your brush up, fix it. Simple. Okay. Now, eyeliner. Huda Lifeliner. So dark, won't come off. Love it. Dual ended as well. So you've got this, which when I do cut crease, like to use this. But when I'm doing my wing, I use this end. And I start here and come out. And as you go in, you want a very thin line. And when you're out here, you start getting thicker. And then with your line, you don't want to come down and up. When you close your eye, you want it to be a straight shot out. Now you can see I have like skin, it is like not tight. So sometimes I'll pull my eye tight and get started. And then you come across like so, and then you just touch up your wing. You can make it however. You can see I messed up right there, but you can always bring it together, make it thicker, thinner. It doesn't have to be perfect. As you can see, I've made numerous mistakes. And then you just try to match them. So the next thing you're gonna wanna do is take the palette that you used and take a small brush, flat brush like this, and use the first color and put here. My phone deleted the video to get me done, so I'm gonna go back. But you take your flat brush here and you dip it in your first color and you go under this lash line back and forth on both eyes. Then you take the same brush in that second color, that darker color that you used up here, and do the same thing and get it dark and smudge it out. Then you move into your mascara, and I already did mine, as you can see. I thought my phone was recording, and it was not. The first mascara I use is this one, all over. Besides having fake eyelashes, is It Superhero. I have it on. I love it.